Good evening. This is the video newsletter for Buy Sell Short for Thursday, March 24th. Here we are sitting March 24th, a week later. It was the end of the world last week. You recall last Thursday, the Dow was going to 11K, the S&P was going to 1200. The rally was over. Grab the women and children, run for your lives. And here we are just a week later. And look, we're 50 points down from where we were a week or so ago. Bears and shorts, nowhere to be seen. As usual, the dire predictions fail to come through. They bend over, they grab their ankles, they cover, and they go hide in their holes till the next time the market is down a few points. Typical bull market action is what we saw here. Remember, bull market sell-offs are fast, brutal. They get everyone out, they get the shorts in, and then back up it goes again. And that's essentially what we saw here. I keep reading all these arguments from the bear. Well, yeah, everything's really bad. The only reason we're up here is the Bernanke put, and all the money the Fed's pumping in. Duh. That's why we're long the market, you idiots. As long as that continues to be the case, your argument of where the market should be means absolutely squat, because this is where the market is now. Anyway, we had a golden cross on the Dow 15-minute chart, as I mentioned on the Tuesday video. And look, finally we had a golden cross that did not fail, and we've gotten exactly 150 points upside from that golden cross. As I mentioned, we're all the way back up. We've essentially recovered all of the Japan new crisis sell-off. You can see here we broke through that resistance line, and the Dow looks pretty decent, despite the fact that we're up almost 700 points here over the last week. RSI has broken up through 50, positive MACD cross, and things are looking really, really well. SMH tech stocks over the last 2 days have started to take off. And the funny thing is, 2 days ago, Cramer was on his show telling everyone to sell their tech stocks. So what do you think happened? Tech stocks started a fat little bounce. And that, is something I've been saying for years and years and years. Whenever the quotation marks experts on TV tell you to buy, you sell. When they tell you to sell, you buy. Same thing for upgrades and downgrades. You'll recall, we had all the analysts coming out and starting to downgrade the SMH there. Of course, that meant a bottom was close at hand. Now, the calls that we entered on the SMH there a week or so ago, right before the Japan crisis, they were down 80% a couple of days ago. Fat little rally on those today. Looking really, really good. We still got another month left on those. And the SMH, RSI breaking up through 50. We are about to get a positive MACD cross on the SMH, and stochastics on balance volume look really, really good. I would not be surprised to see the SMH trading in the mid-35s sometime next week. And on that note, over the last couple of days, we've been playing a lot of the energy stocks. We had some fat winners over the last couple of days in the chat room on the energy stocks. And then we got our nuts kicked in last night, or not last night, today, on some of the low-volume retraces in it. That's just the nature of the beast, One day, you're singing down the road, and the next day someone comes out and kicks you in the nuts and mugs you. That's essentially what it's like playing these oil stocks. Now, oil barely down today, but you had a lot of other sectors starting to pick up, and you're starting to see a lot of the beaten down tech stocks starting to catch a nice little bid. So a lot of the reason today, I think, that we saw weakness in the energy stocks was they've been up pretty decently over the last few days, and traders are just rotating their money to other plays. Before I jump into the stock plays, DSCM, big shout out to Hazel in the chat room. What did you make today? $340,000 on your DSCM. This is another one of our long-term plays that has turned into a monster. Here it is up here in case you're looking for it on the chart. Got bought out today for $3.80 by Walgreens. I was almost right on this one. I thought Amazon was going to be the one that would buy them out sometime this year. Ended up being Walgreens. What can I say? Even hit my target. You recall I was saying since we got into this stock back in December that the target on it would be, $4 to $5 range. So just another monster long-term win for the newsletter. And congratulations to Hazel and some of you other guys in the chat room that have been sitting patiently on this in your long-term accounts. Let's jump into some stock plays now. Gamer stocks just took off today. And actually, I'm going to start off with COOL. Glue, which started this gamer momentum a couple of months ago, popped today in the chat room. We jumped into COOL at 232. Stock ended the day at $3. Just a monster winner. And recall, we first highlighted this stock back in early January at 80 cents. So this is another 200+% winner for the long-term players. But momentum really came into the gamer stocks in a big way today, and that is why we jumped back into MCZ. This one has consolidated nicely over the last month, and especially over the last 2 weeks with all the crap going on with the market. This stock was pretty stable, trading within a 10-cent range, and with the gamer stocks taking off, ample opportunity to get into this one today. It looks really, really good. We should see this one test the 2+ area, I think, over the next few days. RSI held the 50 level. As you can see, very big volume spike, and this is exactly what we want to see when MCZ starts going on one of its big moves. Stochastics, we've got a nice bounce off the uptrend line there, and just rocking and rolling here. As I mentioned in the alert, with the momentum in this sector big time now, this one almost seems like a no-brainer here and should be a very nice mover for us over the next couple of days. NEI. Okay, this is one, the downturn in the market sort of caught us off guard, and we had that statistic I mentioned where the stock always goes up after it gets a stochastics under 20. Little egg on my face, but the stock has continued to hold very, very well, and we finally got a positive MACD cross on it today. But the interesting thing here is there's a rumor floating around there, and I don't give much credence to rumors, but this one actually has some meat to it. There is a rumor that NEI has snagged Symantec, big security player. Rumor is they snagged a contract with these guys. They were at the Symantec conference now last month, and we also had directors on NEI picking up some 15K blocks of the stock last week, exercising their options to buy at $1.72. And that, coupled with the rumor, coupled with Goldman Sachs upgraded EMC today to their conviction buy list, which means they've loaded the boat on it, and they raised their targets on this. And if you recall, EMC, 60% or so approximately of NEI's revenues are from EMC. And when EMC was getting upgraded and raised their guidance a few weeks ago, you recall I said that was why I thought NEI was going to beat, and the stock went on that big run up there to the 240 area. EMC upgraded again. The sector has gotten an upgrade. This almost seems like a no-brainer, even without the rumor that's floating around there. And just based on the chart and the way the tech stocks are bouncing, this one's been beaten down over the last month. All systems are a go for this. A break through that $1.96 to $2 level tomorrow should finally get us on that way overdue move back up there to the 230, 240 area. NTWK has been on the popper scan for the last couple of days. Nice little gap and pop yesterday. Continuation today. RSI up through 50. This is one I picked up late in the day. Grabbed some at $1.89. I'll stops 178 on this one. This is one I think we can definitely see a move back over to over the next couple of days. All the indicators look really, really good on this one. That breakthrough 195 probably tomorrow should bring the tech bounce buyers back into this stock. Of course, we're going to have to also mention IPAS. This is another one of my long-term gem plays. Continues to consolidate nicely. If the market continues to do or perform into the end of the month, I think this one will finally break out. So keep a very, very close eye on IPAS over the next few days. Now, of course, we got to go into some of our plays that kicked us in the nuts today. CPST, Rule of Two stock yesterday. We jumped into this one, I believe $1.98 to $2. Hit $2.15 to $2.18 in pre-market today. Almost got to that 220 area, and then with all the other energy plays, just straight down for the rest of the session without any sort of bounce, which is pretty rare to see, especially on a Rule of Two stock. So, nice fat gain on this one that I let, turn around and kick me in the nuts. But I still think it's going to rebound again. Rarely have I seen a Rule of Two stock act like this and not eventually rebound. Now, the one that hurt the most was RAME. We gapped a little bit of this one as well. We jumped into it yesterday at the day before, $1.90. Traded as high as $2.17 yesterday. Greed took over, should have booked all the gains and ran for the hills, and instead added some more, and, it caused some pain today. And that's, just the nature of the beast sometimes. Same thing happened to us on the last oil move. It's almost a game of musical chairs. Is the song going to end now, or is it going to end in another day? And, as long as you realize that when you play some of these plays, it's just part of the game. Now, RAME is an oil play I really, really like, and I don't think the oil move is over. So the next time, hopefully tomorrow or Monday, when we see the oil play start to move, I really think RAME is going to be one that's going to lead that next move higher. GGR was a trading alert yesterday. Looked really, really good. Looked really good today, and then just faltered into the close. And what can I say? The best performers have been the oil plays over $1. Simple as that. And, I just feel bad on this one. I don't know what to say. Hopefully we'll get a snapback bounce on this one tomorrow to possibly lighten up even. Otherwise, stops at 65 cents. I mean, the chart looks good. It's just a matter of, can you sit in this play and wait for the next oil move? And that's essentially it. The other one we jumped into yesterday was, of course, ZBB. The energy plays were just weak today. But, looking at the ZBB chart still looks really, really decent. Stops $1.13 on this one. I would not give up on this one yet. It's a frustrating stock. This stock moves when it wants to move. And, it'll probably happen when none of the energy stocks are moving and we're playing some of the other tech stocks. We're going to turn around and see the stock trading at $1.30. That's just how this stock trades. I know I'm forgetting a couple of plays here. If you've got any questions on any plays, definitely feel free to shoot me an email or hit me up in the chat room. But I am really liking the setups that we have on MCZ and NEI going into the next couple of days. And our focus now is we're going to keep one eye on the energy oil plays to see how they act over the next day. But the focus for now, at least what I'm looking at going into next week, is we're going to be looking for beaten down tech stocks, that got hammered over the last couple of weeks, because that looks to be where the money is rotating back into. So that is it for the video tonight. I will see you guys in the chat room tomorrow. Good night.